Lena sat quietly at the small table near the window. Soft white lights reflected on the glass outside. Snow moved gently in the distance. The restaurant felt warm, calm, full of quiet joy. Families talked softly. Children laughed. Candles glowed on every table. This night was supposed to feel different. Lena had almost canceled. She had stood in front of her mirror for a long time, not fixing her hair, just breathing, telling herself that hope was still allowed. She chose a simple blue dress. Nothing dramatic. Something that felt honest. The man across from her smiled politely. His words were kind but distant. His eyes checked his watch more than her face. After a short conversation, he cleared his throat. "I think we are looking for different things," he said gently. Lena nodded. She did not argue. He paid the bill. He wished her well. And then he walked away. The chair across from her stayed empty. Lena sat still for a moment. She did not cry. She had learned how to hold herself together. But something inside her felt heavy. She reached for her purse and stood up slowly. That was when she noticed the table beside her. Two little girls sat there, side by side. They wore matching red dresses with white collars. Their shoes swung slightly above the floor. Between them sat a small teddy bear with a stitched smile. They were looking at Lena, not staring, not judging, just looking. One of the girls tilted her head. The other smiled. Behind them stood a tall man. His posture was steady. His arms were covered with tattoos, but his face was calm. He wore a leather vest that looked worn, not flashy. He stayed close to the girls without hovering. His eyes followed their movements with care. Lena felt a little embarrassed. She turned her head, pretending to check her phone. Then she felt a gentle touch on her sleeve. She looked down. The girl with the teddy bear spoke first. "Excuse me," she said softly. Lena bent slightly to hear her better. "Yes," Lena replied. The second girl leaned forward, her voice full of confidence. "Would you like to sit with us?" Lena froze for a moment. She looked up at the man, unsure. He seemed surprised. Then he nodded once. "If you would like," he said calmly. Lena hesitated. Then she smiled. "I would like that," she said. She pulled out the chair and sat down. The girls beamed. "I am Mila," said the first. "I am Nora," said the second. "This is Oliver," Mila added, holding up the teddy bear. Lena laughed softly. "I am Lena," she said. The girls began talking right away. About the decorations. About the lights. About how Christmas felt brighter when people smiled. Lena listened. Really listened. For the first time that evening, her chest felt lighter. The man spoke quietly. "I am Caleb," he said. Lena nodded. "It is nice to meet you." Caleb smiled slightly. The waiter returned, surprised to see Lena seated there. No one explained. No one needed to. Outside, the snow kept falling. Inside, something gentle had begun. Lena stayed seated longer than she expected. The small table felt warmer now. Less like a place to leave. More like a place to pause. Mila swung her feet gently. Nora leaned closer to Lena. "Do you like Christmas?" Nora asked. "I do," Lena said. "Even when it feels quiet," Mila added. Lena smiled. "Especially then," she replied. Caleb watched the girl speak. He did not interrupt. He listened with patience. When the waiter returned, he asked a simple question. "Would you like dessert?" he said. The girls answered together. "Yes." Caleb nodded and looked at Lena. "You are welcome to join us," he said. Lena hesitated for a moment. "That is kind of you," she said. Dessert arrived. Small plates. Warm smiles. The girls shared stories about school. About their favorite movies. About how they liked to count the lights outside. Lena noticed how carefully Caleb paid attention. He corrected gently. He praised often. He never raised his voice. She saw something steady in him. Caleb spoke again after a while. "They do not usually talk this much with strangers," he said. Lena looked at the girls. "I feel honored," she said. Mila leaned closer. "You listen," Mila said. Lena felt something tighten in her chest. But it was not pain. It was something softer. Caleb cleared his throat. We come here every year, he said. It helps keep traditions simple. That sounds nice, Lena replied. The conversation slowed. Not awkward. Comfortable. Silence filled the space in a good way. Lena almost forgot the empty chair from earlier. When the plates were cleared, Lena glanced at her phone. The night had moved faster than she realized. I should go, she said softly. The girls frowned. Already? Nora asked. Lena nodded. But I am glad I stayed, she said. She stood up slowly. Mila slid off her chair and wrapped her arms around Lena's waist. Thank you for sitting with us, Mila said. Nora joined her. You made tonight better, Nora added. Lena knelt down so they were eye level. Thank you for inviting me, she said. Caleb stepped closer. I appreciate this, he said quietly. They needed it. And so did I. Lena met his eyes. So did I, she replied. There was a pause. Not uncomfortable, just thoughtful. Caleb reached into his pocket and pulled out his phone. If you would ever like to talk again, he said. I would like that. Lena smiled. I would like that too, she said. They exchanged numbers. Nothing more. No promises. No pressure. Just a small step. As Lena walked toward the door, she looked back once. The girls waved. Caleb nodded. Outside, the air felt cool and clean. Lena breathed deeply. For the first time that night, she did not feel overlooked. She felt seen. And somewhere behind her, two small voices laughed. Something gentle followed her into the night. Days passed quietly after that night. Lena did not expect much, but a message arrived the next evening. Hello, this is Caleb. The girls are asking about you. Lena smiled before she replied. I was just thinking about them. A simple conversation followed. Short messages. No pressure. Just warmth. A few days later, they met again. Not at the restaurant. At a small park filled with lights and decorations. The girls ran ahead, laughing softly, careful not to slip on the cold ground. Caleb walked beside Lena. They have been excited all day, he said. I am honored, Lena replied. Mila reached back and grabbed Lena's hand. Come see the big tree, Mila said. Nora followed, holding the teddy bear tightly. They stood together under the lights. The moment felt peaceful. Easy. Caleb spoke while watching the girls. I am still learning, he said. How to balance everything. Lena nodded. We all are, she said. He looked at her, surprised. I did not expect them to connect so quickly, he admitted. They have good instincts, Lena replied. The girls returned with wide smiles. Can you come again tomorrow? Nora asked. Lena looked at Caleb. He smiled gently. If you would like, he said. I would, Lena replied. Time moved forward slowly. On purpose. They shared simple moments. Meals at home. Stories before bedtime. Walks where no one rushed. Lena learned their routines. Their favorite snacks. Their favorite songs. She noticed how careful Caleb was with every decision. How he listened. How he always made room for patience. One evening, as the girls colored at the table, Caleb spoke softly. I want to be honest, he said. Lena looked up. They have faced many changes, he continued. I try to protect them from disappointment. Lena set her cup down. I understand, she said. I do not want to rush anything. Caleb nodded. That means more than you know, he said. The girls looked up from their drawings. Are you staying for dinner? Mila asked. Lena smiled. Yes, she said. Nora clapped her hands. That makes today perfect, she said. Later, when the girls were asleep, Lena stood by the window. Lights from outside reflected softly on the glass. Caleb joined her. They trust you, he said quietly. Lena breathed in slowly. I want to earn that trust, she replied. Caleb paused. So do I, he said. Weeks passed. Christmas returned in small ways. Decorations stayed up longer. Warmth stayed longer too. Lena realized something had changed. She no longer felt overlooked. She felt included. One night, as she helped tuck the girls into bed, Mila whispered, Thank you for coming into our lives. Lena felt her eyes fill gently. Thank you for letting me, she said. She turned off the light and closed the door softly. In the hallway, Caleb waited. They are happier, he said. Lena nodded. So am I, she replied. No grand promises were made. No labels were rushed. Just trust, built slowly, and a future opening quietly, one kind moment at a time. Winter slowly gave way to brighter mornings. The days felt lighter. Lena found herself smiling more without noticing why. She began helping with small things. Breakfast plates, homework questions, evening walks when the air felt calm and clear. Nothing felt forced. Everything felt natural. One afternoon, Lena arrived to find the girls waiting by the door. We made something for you, Nora said. Mila held out a folded paper. Inside was a drawing. Four figures stood under a bright sky. 2 small ones, 2 tall ones. Lena touched the page gently. It is beautiful, she said. That is you, Mila added. Right there. Lena felt her throat tighten, but her voice stayed steady. Thank you, she said. I will keep it safe. Caleb watched from the kitchen. He said nothing, but his eyes said enough. Later that evening, Lena and Caleb sat at the table while the girls played nearby. I have been thinking, Caleb said quietly. Lena looked up. I want to make sure I do this right, he continued. For them. For you. Lena nodded. I want the same, she replied. There was a pause. Not uncertain, just careful. They talk about you often, Caleb said. They feel comfortable. That matters to me. That matters to me too, Lena said. The girls ran over suddenly. Can Lena come to the school day? Nora asked. Mila added quickly. We want her there. Caleb looked at Lena. If you want to, he said. I would love to, Lena replied. The school day was simple. Smiles, small chairs, proud faces. Lena clapped quietly as the girls waved from the stage. She felt something settle inside her. That evening, as they walked home together, Mila slipped her hand into Lena's. Nora did the same. Caleb walked beside them. No one spoke. They did not need to. As weeks passed, Lena noticed how much she had grown. She trusted more. She stood taller. She believed again. One night, the girls sat close to her on the couch. Do you feel happy here? Mila asked. Lena answered honestly. Yes, she said. Nora smiled. We do too. Later, after the girls were asleep, Lena stood by the window again, just like before. But this time, she did not feel alone. Caleb joined her. I never planned for this, he said softly. Neither did I, Lena replied. He looked at her. But I am glad it happened. So am I, she said. Outside, lights from nearby homes glowed softly. Inside, something steady had taken root. Not perfect, but real, built on patience, trust, and care. Lena realized she was no longer waiting for life to begin. She was already living it. And this time, she was not overlooked. She was chosen, every day, in quiet ways, that mattered most. Spring arrived quietly. Windows stayed open longer. Laughter carried through the rooms. Lena found herself woven into daily life in ways she had never planned. She packed lunches. She listened to school stories. She learned the rhythm of mornings and the calm of evenings. Caleb noticed the change first. Not just in the girls. In Lena. She moved with confidence now. She spoke with certainty. She no longer apologized for taking up space. One afternoon, Caleb watched as Lena helped Mila practice reading. You are doing great, Lena said. Mila smiled. I am better when you help, she replied. Nora looked up from her drawing. You make things easier, she said. Lena paused. Her voice stayed gentle. Thank you, she said. Later that evening, Caleb stood beside Lena in the kitchen. I need to talk to you, he said. Lena turned to face him. Of course, she replied. He took a breath. I want to be clear about something, he said. I respect you, and I trust you with them. Lena listened carefully. That means everything to me, she said. Caleb nodded. I also want to make sure you never feel pressure, he added. This has to be right for all of us. Lena smiled softly. I feel safe here, she said. That is not something I say lightly. There was a quiet moment. Then Nora appeared at the doorway. Are you both coming? She asked. Mila followed close behind. We are making a plan, Mila said. For what? Lena asked. For the future, Nora replied proudly. Lena laughed gently. That sounds important, she said. They sat together on the couch. The girls between them. A movie played quietly, but no one watched it closely. Mila leaned against Lena. Nora rested her head on Caleb's arm. The room felt complete. A few days later, the girls brought out the teddy bear. This is Oliver, Mila said. He watches over us. Nora placed the bear in Lena's hands. He can stay with you sometimes, she said. Lena held it carefully. I will take good care of him, she said. That night, after the girls were asleep, Lena stood in the hallway holding the bear. Caleb joined her. They chose you, he said softly. Lena felt emotion rise, but her voice remained steady. I choose them too, she said. Caleb looked at her for a long moment. Then we are choosing each other, he replied. No announcement was made. No big moment followed. Just a shared understanding. In the days that followed, Lena realized something important. She was no longer stepping into someone else's life. She was building her own, with people who saw her value, with children who trusted her heart, with a man who respected her presence. The woman who once sat alone in a restaurant felt like someone from another life. This life felt fuller, kinder, and finally her own. The year turned slowly. Seasons changed without hurry. Lena noticed how natural everything felt now. Mornings began with shared smiles. Evenings ended with quiet conversations. One afternoon, the girls asked a question that made everyone pause. Can we go back to the restaurant? Mila asked. The one with the lights, Nora added. Lena felt her breath catch gently. Caleb looked at her. If you are comfortable, he said. Lena nodded. I am, she replied. They returned on a calm evening. The same soft lighting, the same warm space, but everything felt different. They sat at a larger table. The girls held hands across the surface. Lena looked around and smiled. This place changed my life, she said quietly. Mila leaned closer. It brought you to us, she said. Caleb watched them with a calm expression. That night mattered, he said. Dinner passed easily. Laughter replaced silence. No one checked the clock. When dessert arrived, the girls looked at Lena with serious faces. Nora spoke first. We have something to ask, she said. Mila nodded. Lena felt her heart slow. Yes, she said. Mila took a breath. Would you like to stay with us? She asked. For always. The words were simple, but their meaning was deep. Lena looked at Caleb. He did not rush her. He did not speak. He waited. Lena knelt beside the girls. I would be honored, she said, if we keep choosing each other. The girls hugged her tightly. Caleb stood and joined them. Nothing loud. Nothing dramatic. Just truth. Later that night, as they walked outside, Lena paused under the lights. She remembered the woman who once stood alone there. That woman had felt overlooked, misunderstood, unsure. Lena smiled softly. She was not that woman anymore. At home, as the girls prepared for bed, Mila looked up. Do families have to start one way? She asked. Lena tucked the blanket gently. No, she said. They start with care. Nora smiled. Then ours is perfect, she said. Lena turned off the light and closed the door quietly. Caleb waited in the hallway. You changed everything, he said. Lena shook her head. We changed each other, she replied. They stood together in silence. Comfortable, steady. The future felt open, not rushed, built on kindness, on dignity, on respect. Lena realized that love did not arrive as a grand promise. It arrived as consistency, as patience, as showing up, and sometimes, as two small voices brave enough to ask. The night that once felt like an ending had become a beginning. a family built by choice, and a reminder that kindness still finds its way home.